This episode is brought to you by Kai Vi. Kava infused, naturally sourced, non-GMO. In a stressed out world full of uppers and stimulants, Kai Vi proves that more energy isn't always the answer. Drink Kai Vi. This podcast is also brought to you by Aloha Jewels by Rose. Ocean-inspired, authentic, gorgeous gemstone jewelry, handmade. Rose is a computer scientist turned jewelry designer. At Aloha Jewels, you will find personalized jewelry made with the best quality materials and best craftsmanship. This podcast is also brought to you by Dackle, not your average island clothing store. DackleShop.com. Check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the SupaflySua podcast with your boy SupaflySua.
And your boy Tufatasi in the flesh, ready to get this podcast banging.
Let's go. First, our very, very special guest today. Very special guest today is a guy that I hate very, very much. I hate this guy very much. Why? Because this guy's flow is so good. This guy's lyrics are so good. This is the kind of guy that I wanted to be. This is the kind of flow that I wanted to put out. This is the kind of lyrics I wanted to write. I hate this guy so much. Ladies and gentlemen, his new video came out, 95 Baby. Go on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, please pause this video and go watch it now, because you will not understand this guy's brain until you look at that video and listen to that video. Listen to the song. I'm sure it's on SoundCloud. Bobby B Mac, Bobby space B space MAC. This guy's lyrics are so nice. This guy's flow is too good. This is why I hate this guy. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to my boy, Bobby B Mac in the building. Let's go. Get it.
Gang shit. What's cracking?
Gas.
I'm going to say it one more time. I hate you. I hate you. I hate this guy. This podcast is made to celebrate our celebrities, and you are a celebrity. All right, you are. I'm getting goosebumps right now. You can see the goosebumps because I'm sitting in front of someone who will blow up. I promise you. Go check out his video, 95 Baby, and just listen. If you don't want to watch the video, just shut your eyes and listen, because and pull up the lyrics on Google, because you won't be able to catch up. I love your flow.
Appreciate you, brother.
I love your lyrics. I love your brain. He has thoughts. Not THOTS, thoughts. He has brain cells that are working. His brain cells are working. Oh my gosh, I hate this guy.
I might have both. Now I'm playing. Now I'm playing. What's up, mama? Don't listen to me.
You coming out of Rose Park, Utah, representing Rose Park, Utah.
Yes, sir. Straight out the park.
I want to know how you started this, because the flows like this, lyrics like this. Even your charisma, you are one beautiful, sexy guy. This guy looking good out here, yo. When he's in front of the camera, man. When you go check out the YouTube video, 95 Baby, there's a certain swag. Well, I know all this stuff. I just couldn't do it because God said, "Daddy, chill." So I couldn't do it anymore. But I know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it. But when you make these music videos, you gotta move a certain way. You know, you gotta flow a certain way. When you actually sit and record, you gotta a certain way. And this guy got it, and I hate him so much. Let's take you back to the beginning, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm guessing Samoan.
Yes, sir. Samoan.
Samoan. This guy's from the islands, yo. This guy's like us, yo. Samoan parents.
Yes.
This guy has Samoan parents, yo. All the time. How do you flow so different than everyone else? I know all these Samoan. I'm sure you heard a lot of Samoan.
Yeah, I have.
And let me tell you, they sound Samoan. But bro, you got this nice flow. You got great experience. I want to take you back to the beginning, yo. How did you even get started into this?
I would say it started with my father. So my father was a big hip hop fan. He was a big Jay-Z fan, and so. You know, really just me growing up in that house, you know, we really weren't listening to Fat Samoan music. Like, we didn't really listen to Samoan music. Really, we was just bumping hip-hop all day and R&B and old school. So that's really what I was raised on. And so with that being said, it influenced me. And so that's why I was like, man, and it's crazy you say that, because I try not to sound Samoan. And I don't mean to sound cliche at all.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's like, you know, I try to keep my own sound so that way I stay true to myself, true to how I came up as a man, true to how my father raised me and my mother.
Respect. Yeah, I fuck with that, dude.
Appreciate
you. In your new single, 95 Baby.
Yes, sir.
I know, like, you guys, Tupac is one of the people you guys idolize.
Facts.
You know, but then, like, is there a top 3 That you know,
we going straight to
like growing up, like you know, who you guys top three?
we 3 minutes in. We're going top 3 already. Let's
Man,
go.
shoot.
But hey, I mean, this is a perspective from a '95 baby, so that's a totally different. That's a totally different goggle there. Go ahead. Sir.
Facts. So people gonna have to bear with me. Some of y'all won't agree, but it's all good. You know, it is what it is. I would say, you know, I couldn't really put Big and Pac into my top 3 just because that's Big and Pac. You know, they're in everybody's top 3. Yeah. So, you know, so I would say for my generation, for people that I grew up on, I would say no particular order either. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole,
Cole.
And damn, that 3 spot is I think is a tie for me. Is between I would say Ab-Soul and Lupe Fiasco.
Ooh,
Lupe, all right.
2 of those guys on the list, sir, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, is exactly what I told him, yo. I was like, you know what this guy is? Oh my gosh, this Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, ooh,
hell yeah.
Conscious rap. That's what it is.
Yes,
conscious
sir.
rapper, yo. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm gonna need you to put that gum in here, though.
I got you. I can hear it too in my headphones.
Like ASMR. Ooh.
I got you. I was like, damn, I'm chewing a little too loud over here, man.
No, you're good, yo, man. So, you said you know your family grew up with hip hop in the music. How big is your family, sir? If you don't mind asking.
Siblings, like siblings and parents.
Yeah.
So I got 4 brothers and 2 sisters.
4 brothers and 2
Yeah,
sisters.
and I'm number 2.
You number 2?
Yeah.
Nice. And how's your family responding to your career here?
Oh, they love it.
For real?
I mean, because my father had already done music. He went by the name B-Side.
B-Side.
Yeah.
Shout out to B-Side.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my father. And so, yeah, he was he started in the music thing. And so it was natural for me to just follow suit. And so, you know, we were already accustomed to the lifestyle and the music. So, you know, it's nothing new for him. But, I mean, at the same time, you know, we still trying to touch new boundaries.
There you go.
And, you know, at the end of the day, just like everybody else, I'm trying to make my mama proud.
Hey. You know, aren't we all?
It's facts.
That's what's up, man. So Utah isn't always the home of hip hop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Utah
sure.
is not like big on hip hop. So what? If I could ask you locally, did you have any influences locally? I mean, I know your father, but I'm talking about your boys. So I want to also mention that Ghost, Go Hard or Stay Trappy.
Go hard or stay
Ooh,
trapped.
that's hard. I hate you guys, man. That's a good one. Any influences locally that got you picking up?
I would say other than my group, I would say Sig Burner. He's a brother from West Valley.
Oh,
he been killing it. I would also say Mike Skills and Joe Baca.
Okay.
They're OGs from my neighborhood as well. They've been killing it for a while. And lastly, of course, like Kiss B and Decoy and them from Boombox family.
Guys,
you know, so and they're on the whole team. So I mean, as far as influences, I mean, everybody already had their own sound. You know, but as far as the city, everybody's just trying to find that identity.
Gotcha.
Because if you look at Utah from the outside in, the last thing you would think about is hip hop.
Hip hop, yeah.
Straight off the back, I thought y'all were from Cali.
Yeah, he's at Rose Park. I was like, Rose Park, Cali, like Utah. Huh?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
But that's what's up, man. That's great, and that's the effect hip hop has. You know, there are no boundaries, there's no rules. Like everyone gets affected by it.
Very true.
Another thing I love about this podcast is because the people that are going to be listening are people just like you coming up. You know
Exactly.
that start. You know,
right.
What are the? I mean, you've been doing this for years. What were that you can think of? I'm sure there were a lot, but the adversities that you went through, right? The shit that made you almost want to quit. Yeah. But then, and what were they, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah. I would say probably my go-to or my toughest one was really just getting over that hump of realizing that for the first couple years, for the first year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, however long it may take, it's not gonna look as pretty. Yeah. You know, these kids see the TV screen and they see the chains, they see the girls, they see the cars, and they think that it's just like that you just start rapping and it comes like that. And so that was a tough reality that I had to face for myself, realizing that that's gonna have to take time. I'm gonna have to, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna have to. Yeah, exactly. And so I was gonna have to put my head down and just keep working. And regardless if it got feedback, or not, keep working, keep going. And so so that was something that I feel like a lot of people go through, and not even in just music, like just in life in general. Like some things may not pay off as fast as you want them to, but you trust in God, you trust in yourself, you trust in your team, and it'll come.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, like everyone does it, everyone can do it.
Facts.
But the key is, are you consistent like that, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, you got to be consistent in the game, especially when you want to be like, on top.
Facts.
When you want to be on top, you just got to keep pushing, keep going, don't matter what, block all the haters out.
Yes, sir.
It's
Mando. It's Mando.
And then just keep your grind, It's like, keep going, chase
Yes,
that
sir.
bag.
Always.
Because
yes, sir.
the consistent ones are gonna be the one that makes it farthest.
Yep.
I agree.
Believe that.
I agree.
That's why, you said, like, consistency. That's the main thing you gotta have. The main mindset.
Very true.
A lot of people can do it, but can you guys continue to do it?
Facts.
Throw out all the haters, throw out all the feedback.
Right.
Just keep doing you.
True. Appreciate you.
I want to know this. What kind of student were you? A, B, C, D?
Oh shit!
What?
I ain't show up.
You don't have to go to school, ladies and gentlemen.
And I don't want to put out, I don't want to false advertise this. I dropped out of high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
To do music.
Wow.
And so, I mean, and I'm not saying.
I'm getting goosebumps, bro.
Yes. Right. And so, man, I hated school. And school's not for everybody. Some people may not like it. Some people enjoy it. But as far as myself, I had my father was already doing music, so I already had a entrepreneur mindset. So I was like, man, I was thinking bigger than A's and B's, And so, like, when I dropped out, and don't get me wrong, I'm not telling people to drop out and do music. Like, you got to do what you got to do. But I mean, when I dropped out, I was 17, and so, like, I already had my plate set for me. Like, my father was already going hard, and so it was just easy for me to just fall into it and just take the back seat and learn to follow. So that way I could learn to lead one day. And
bro, I'm getting goosebumps.
Not at all.
My man dropped out of school to go do music. You know how much confidence you have to have in your dream to do something like that?
Yeah.
Gee, that is amazing.
I had to, man.
And then, like, with that, like, you just followed your heart, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Had to.
Respect. That's respect.
Now I want to go this route. How important it is to have a father.
Yes. Very, yeah.
Like, look at that. Like, my man dropped out of school, which is a very big deal, to go do music because his father was already doing it. He like he said, he already had a place set up.
Right.
Okay, let's go there. Let's speak about your dad, man. Like, man, that's a huge effect. Now that's a huge influence if you're willing to drop out of school, because he's already doing it. B-side, shout out to B-side.
Yes, sir. Shout out, Pop. Yeah, and so I would say for him, it wasn't easy for him at first, just because you see this lifestyle firsthand, and it's like especially if it's your son, or it's your kids, you want better. But once he realized that I really had a passion for it, and I really had the heart to do it, then he realized it's like I'm not gonna stop you. And so as far as just having a father figure in my life, that helped me drastically, because there's kids that I grew up with that didn't have their fathers in their lives, and that guidance is needed.
Big time.
That guidance is needed. And so one thing I've always admired about my father is that he didn't just play a father to me. He played a father to all the kids in the community. Like, he would throw the Rose Park barbecues. He would throw community events. He would go to the schools and do tutoring events for the kids.
Oh, shit.
And so
Father of the Year.
Yeah, and so as far for myself, it was easy for me to just excuse me.
Yeah, good.
It was easy for me to just look at that and know that's what I want to do. That's how things should be done. And so so shout out to my father. He really changed a lot in my life. Just him being there, just him being present. And so if you don't have a father figure, my advice to you is to find the most influential man in your life and pick his mind, pick his brain, and stick to them, because that guidance for our young boys, especially nowadays with social media, is vital. It's vital to just being a man, just coming up in this world. You need a father figure, or somebody that you at least look up to.
Like you can't do it alone.
Very true. Not saying because there's people that have done it. With wonderful women, behind them. Yeah. But I mean, as far as teaching a man how to be a man, how to raise your family, how to take care of your business.
That's a lot.
There's
a lot to it.
Damn, I'm getting goosebumps, yo.
Shout out to all the single mothers, by the way.
Sir.
Yeah, love you, mom. Another thing that I noticed about you, man, is that not only do you have amazing genius brain cells working, not only do you have good flow, you good lyrics, but I'm so happy and proud that you're putting all that into a positive sector. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like your vibes are so positive. When you first listen to it, you're like, oh, gritty. But then if you actually really dive in, 95, baby, go check it out right now. Why you still?
Sir,
why are you
right
here?
now.
If you haven't even listened to that,
Yes,
go listen to that. So this makes sense to you. It like I said, off the surface, it's right. But if you really dive in, what?
Like.
I was blown. Like the OG. It's like you can't blame us because and then you can't blame the OGs because their parents. I was like, ooh,
that's fact.
Yo,
right.
How do you stay so positive? You know what I mean? Like, how do you stay so positive? How do you keep that going? I mean, I love it. I hope that you continued with that because there's not enough, and you're not out. I mean, I'm sure you got regular songs, and what I mean by regular songs is like easy stuff, love and money, drugs. But you really got a knack for this conscious stuff. You know what I mean? Really putting in thought and putting in real good substance into this music. You know, what's your influence in that, or like how do you even think about going through that? Like, is it something that you went through that made you so? You're very deep, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, how can you explain that?
I would say it was just coming up in my neighborhood. Like I had seen so much negative stuff, so much negative vibes, so many woulda, shoulda, couldas, all because and all because of circumstances that were out of their control, and also like seeing my family members, like some of them were on that stuff, some of them were in and out of prison back and forth, and so it was like I was like, man, I gotta
make a change.
I gotta make a change. Like something's gotta change because. Rose Park, and I won't even say Rose Park, Utah in the 90s, people were getting dropped. Like the gangbanging was crazy out there, just like how it was in California, because the hip hop influence out there was strong.
Still,
it was strong. And so now seeing how that affected the 70s and the 80s babies, and now looking at the 90s babies, I was like, damn, it's starting to get back to that. The kids are starting to get back to that. So I was like, man. If there's anything that I want to do at the end of the day with this music, it is to have it for the kids, make it for the kids.
Yeah.
That way they can hear it and be like, I could do that.
I love that.
I noticed you put on a lot for the community too.
I try to,
Not only for our people and stuff, but like just for like where you from. You always try to like set up for the youth.
Yes,
just
sir.
to make the future better, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I mean I'm like as far as just because it's bigger than Samoans and Tongans as far as especially in the communities. So it's like in my neighborhood that was the same thing. Just growing up, like Samoans and Tongans got along, like we clicked up and everything. We grew up together and we shared the same struggles, shared the same stories. And so I was looking at that from the outside in. I was like, man, what if I'm able to implement that same type of mentality globally? With my black brothers, with my Latino brothers, my Asian brothers, and I feel like that's something that we could honestly push because that mentality is learnable. It's not something that you're just born with. It's learnable. So I was like, man, if I'm able to show these people love and teach my people that we're able to, teach my people that we can show love. Doesn't matter what color you are, then then it's all worth it at the end of the day.
Bro, you going somewhere, yo. Are you going somewhere? I'm getting goosebumps. This whole time we're talking, I'm just getting goosebumps because I'm seeing like an Uso that got it. Like your mind got it. How old are you, sir?
I turned 25 this year.
He turned 25. You got it already. I hate you so much. I'm a 90 baby. You're 95. We got 99. We got 90s in the building.
sir.
You know what I mean?
Let's get it.
And you got it, yo. Oh my gosh!
Like
Like
you really put it on.
I
Appreciate you.
love it. I mean, this is. It reminds me when my kids are watching YouTube, right?
Yeah.
They're watching YouTube, and I'm so judgmental because I'm like, switch it, change it.
Huh.
I don't like what they're talking about. I don't like what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that's what I feel like with music now, especially like with Polynesian or Pacific Island in general. We're still new to this shit. We're still new to hip hop. Yeah, we've had some brothers. You know, we got B-side out there. You know, Booyah Tribe. You know, we've been here, but like in this day and age where social media, where it's so easy to if you want to do something, you can do it.
Right.
You can literally do it because now's the time to do it. It's the best time to do it because you can, the access you have to people. Like we can reach out to people in China if we wanted to. Like
Facts.
snap a finger. You know what I mean? Like this is the time.
Coronavirus.
All right, without the coronavirus. Okay, maybe not China, but Australia. But what I'm saying is like this is the best time to do it. You know what I mean? So now our people is like we're trying to like find our way through, and it's so refreshing to see someone like you who's got it and not just singing about anything. My man is really putting thought and substance in his stuff. I'm really getting goosebumps. You're going somewhere. I feel honored right now. We feel real honored right now that you're even here because I feel like
Appreciate
real
y'all.
soon.
Thank y'all, man.
Real soon, you about to go blow up in the top. Yep. I don't know how you're not there yet. We're gonna do everything in our power to make sure you're there. But this is crazy to me that 25-year-old Uso. My man from the island, Joe, who grew up with Samoan parents. There's a different, like I always say, we're different.
Yes,
we're
sir.
different. Every race is different, but we are very different. We come from an island-based culture. You know what I mean? Where you live off the land, you do your own shit, you hunt, you fish, you provide for your family. The guys do everything, all the hard work, and the women take care of the family. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And then now they're moving to America. This isn't like Australia, New Zealand. It's a little easier for me. I think it's a little easier for them. But over here in America, it's hard. It's tough. So when our parents and our ancestors came here, it's like,
Right.
I don't know how the fuck y'all did this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at my mom in my past. I'm like, how the fuck did y'all do this by yourselves, not knowing English? You know what I mean? Like trying to balance, and you're not living with your own people. You know what I mean? Blacks, Latinos, whites, like all these different cultures. Now our ancestors are trying to mix in with everyone else. We sound fob and shit. Like we don't know what's going on. People taking advantage of our kindness. People messing with us here. Yeah. And then now we, as '90s babies, and generally all of us are the first generation American Polynesians, right? Mm-hmm. Some like most of us are. Most of us are. So like we're the new ones here. We're the ones that were raised here, born here. And now we're, weaving through this country.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to see you.
Truth.
It is so, I'm honored to meet you right now.
The feeling's mutual, brother.
This brain that this guy got, I hate it so much. 95 baby. Stop this video. Go check it out right now. 95 baby. I put my stamp on it.
Tap in.
It's not just beats and swear words. You really got to pay attention. You really got to listen. And this episode is brought to you by Kai Vi, kava infused, naturally sourced, non-GMO. In a stressed out world full of uppers and stimulants, Kai Vi proves that more energy isn't always the answer. Drink Kai Vi. This podcast is also brought to you by Aloha Jewels by Rose, ocean-inspired, authentic, gorgeous gemstone jewelry, handmade. Rose is a computer scientist turned jewelry designer. At Aloha Jewels, you will find personalized jewelry made with the best quality materials and best craftsmanship. This podcast is also brought to you by Dackle, not your average island clothing store. DackleShop.com. Check them out. The way I see it, the way I always think is you hang around with thieves, you're going to be a thief.
Very true.
You hang around with losers, you're going to be a loser. You, sir, are not a loser.
I try not to be.
So that tells me something about your crew. That tells me something about Ghost.
Facts.
Go harder, stay trapping.
Yes.
That tells me something. If you are not here or not, not left, not right, like you got brains. I can't imagine the crew. I haven't heard the crew yet. I'm getting goosebumps. You see this? I'm getting goosebumps. If you are good, I can't imagine how good this crew is. Talk to me about your crew, man.
First off, we barely dropped a video. Like probably a week and a half ago.
Loyalty.
Yes, loyalty.
Loyalty.
And so y'all go check that out. It's
Jay on that.
my brother Ghost Perry, featuring myself and my brother right here, Ghost JB.
Yeah.
And Man, I would say the first thing that comes to mind when I think of my team is accountability. Like, man, they stay on me. They stay on me just as much as I stay on them. Like if I'm ever slacking, if I'm ever not hitting nobody up, if I'm never not checking in with everybody, checking on people, they're on me. Especially this guy right here.
Man.
Like, honestly, like, if it wasn't for my team behind me, 95 Baby would have never dropped. Because the funny story is, we went to the studio to recorded it. It was done. And the day we were scheduled to drop it, I didn't want to drop it. I was like, yo, what if they don't like it? Like, what if it's not a radio hit? Like, what if they don't fuck with it? But I don't think they're gonna fuck with it. Sent that to JB. And JB writes back, he says, nigga, you in your head, boy. Gave me a whole spill. He said, what are you talking about? He said, man, you got it. And so, like, just small things and small details like that changed my mentality within the past year, because that was a year ago. That was a year ago today, actually, that we dropped 95 Baby on SoundCloud.
Wow.
And so it was crazy, because at then I was unsure of myself. Like, everybody's thinking this has been happening for years. Nah, we just decided to take it seriously within this past year. And with us deciding to put our feet on the ground, like, the Lord's been providing a way for us.
Amen.
And so, word to my team and my family, but damn, without them, there's no me. Big trust.
Big trust.
But the 49ers finna win the Super Bowl this Sunday, I promise you. And if we don't, man, it's all good. At least we made it. We got there.
If y'all got a problem with that,
Sorry.
come see me.
Facts.
I'm about that.
R.I.P. Kobe too, man. R.I.P. Kobe.
Man.
Crazy, man.
Yep.
Heartbreaking.
We was gonna get there, but let's go there now, y'all. Big number 8, big number 24. Now, hold on, man. This chokes me. I'm still in shock.
Same, man.
And you know why? Because I feel like that's a family member, yo.
Facts.
Yo, you a 95 Baby. My man was drafted 96.
Yeah.
That's our whole life, yo.
We really
our
watched his whole
fucking
career.
life as kids. I mean, I went through school with him, right? Because everyone was wearing Kobe, so we played basketball. Kobe. When I go home, I see him. You know what I mean? I went to college, I saw him again.
Right.
When I got married, he was dropping. I'm like, what? And then to lose him like that.
Yeah.
How did that affect you? How'd you find out about it? How did that affect you? Yo?
We were in the studio. We're in the studio, like, what was this, last week, right? That happened. Yeah. And so we was in the studio, and I'm about to go in and record. Bro tapped me on the shoulder. He said, "Look," showed me his phone. Seen the news. I said, "Damn, helicopter crash." I said, "Wow, that's like, especially for a legend like that." I was like, man, like, basketball legends are supposed to grow old. Football legends are supposed to grow old. It's like, man, especially because these are your childhood heroes.
Yo,
like,
that's
people that
real.
you grew up watching your whole life.
We don't remember Jordan.
Yeah.
Right, we
I
weren't blessed to
remember
see his prime or anything like that, and so the next person who was up was Kobe,
yo.
and so that it's just crazy, because it's like, man, for the next generation it's LeBron.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, well,
It's almost as if, like, he was sitting here just for basketball. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, his effect for all of us for 20 years on that court. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fresh out of high school. Hit the
Yeah, from Lower Marion
only hit
in
America,
Philly.
but it hit, like,
Oh, the
international.
world,
Globally,
yeah,
yeah.
man, the world, yo.
you know those Chinese people, they fuck with the NBA,
Yeah, man.
They go
but
hard.
Like, even us too. Like, in the islands, like,
Yeah.
our brother, he's Micronesian from the island of Chuuk, and even he was like, "Yo, they're posted up about Kobe." I'm like, "Damn!" Like, I didn't know they do him like that. Like,
And
everyone,
like,
know.
Philippines, bro.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
Brazil,
man.
like,
Like,
they all
Right.
with them, bro.
it's crazy, yo. And that's Shannon Sharp, who's one of my favorite guys to watch.
Yeah.
Yo. He's so
My
that
boy
guy's
Sharp, man.
lit, yo. And he mentions that he was like, yo, the reason why it hurts so much is because he's a family member. It was like we lost a family member. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it sucks that he went out like that, and his daughter as well, and everyone else on that helicopter. But Shannon Sharp said this too. He said his grandmother told him this: "There's one appointment you can never cancel,
Right.
and that's when God calls you." You know what I mean?
Very true. If it's
That's
your time to go,
crazy.
it's your time to go.
Yes,
You
sir.
gotta accept it.
Exactly. I want to ask you that. Are you afraid of death?
No, not really.
Mm.
I've come to grips with just, if I do right by people, and they don't do right by me, then that was in God's plan. And you know, this is crazy because I actually just spoke about this in a feature that I did for my man C4. Shout out to my boy.
Shout out C4.
Yeah, and so that's the crazy thing because it's like, man, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Ooh.
There's nothing I can do about it. But while I am here, the best thing I can do is just spread love.
This guy.
Don't hate.
That's right.
You already showing it, dude.
Always,
Man,
man.
it's
That's too,
nuts,
bro.
Man. We've only been here a half hour,
Always
45
sweet.
minutes. I'm like, I love this guy so much, yo. You oh my gosh, yo. You're a great person. Just generally overall a great person. But yeah, like there's accepting death is very hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, like they really feel like this is it. You know, this is all I got. This is what I have. You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
like, bro, if Kobe went down on the helicopter, yo, anything could happen. Yo.
Facts.
And I mean,
that was his daily routine.
yeah, that was his daily
Right.
thing, yo. Like that's
There
just,
ain't no telling, like,
Right.
that's like us driving in the car. Like it really makes us think, like, yo, leaving the house and coming back is such a blessing.
Yeah, even just waking up, you know, like you one day you just go to sleep and never wake up.
That's it, yo.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Gotta be grateful for life, yo.
Very
don't
true.
take it for granted. Yeah,
Don't take it
Facts.
for granted.
Very
My
true.
my kids and I, my wife and I, we always pray before we leave the driveway. We get in the car, we gotta knock out a prayer real quick, go on.
Guys,
You know, come back because it really. And when it happened to Kobe, I'm like, man, this is it. This is why we gotta do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
gotta, man.
Keep
You
close to
never
your loved
know.
ones. Yeah, keep
Yeah.
close to your loved ones. You know, always check up on them. Tell them, you know, you love them. Tell them you forgive them.
Yes, sir.
You know, tell them that you know, just spend time with them because ain't no telling when people are gonna go.
Very true.
man.
And then you don't want to have that regret in the back of your head, like talking about like, oh man, I should have seen him before, or I should have just told him something, real quick.
True.
Has
You
any
just don't want to have regret.
has anybody
Facts.
ever reached out to you, for either emotional help or just for helping you? Has anyone ever reached out to you? You know.
Yeah, I won't disclose it. I won't
you don't
disclose
know.
no names, but yeah, like I always tell my friends, it's like, man, you got my info. You got my you got my number, you got my Snapchat, you got my Instagram. You have no excuse. Yeah, you know how I am, like, because they know how I am. Like, I'm always willing to talk to people. I'm always willing to take the time out of my day or stop whatever I'm doing and talk them, because that one talk could change their life.
Right.
That one talk could be the one talk that saves them.
For real.
And I try to treat my music the same way, because I mean, music for myself, it saved me.
Yeah.
Music, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and so it's like, man, if I ever when I put the pen to the paper, if I'm gonna write something, I'm gonna write something that I feel like wholeheartedly, truly
It's
feel,
bigger than that, yeah.
right, or have felt.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that because musicians, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, like musicians are very emotional people. They're very emotional creatures. So it's almost as like if you look back in history, like the greatest musicians were really going through some shit. You know what I mean? Now I'm asking because now I like you.
Yeah. You don't hate me no more?
No. It's like, oh, man, I'm over it. What I want to know is, are you good? Are you good? Because you have so much substance, and it's great. It's positive. It's nothing bad. But I'm asking, like, how are you doing? Like, you good mentally? You think you can handle this lifestyle? Because this lifestyle is really rough. I don't know from experience, but I can just see from other people's life. Like,
Right.
it could get hard. It might not be
There's gonna
something
be
easy.
Diversity.
But you think you'd be
Facts.
able to handle it mentally, and do you think you feel like you're mentally strong for this?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm good enough. I feel like I definitely have what it takes mentally and emotionally to make it to where I want to get to. But as for anybody else up and coming, I would say make sure before you do this, make sure that this is the lifestyle that you want, because I probably only see my family like once every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I live down the street from them. So it's like, man, you gotta remember that if you're gonna do this, you're not gonna have a whole lot of time to kick it with your homies. You're not gonna have any time to go play basketball and do your hobbies that you usually do.
Right.
And so, cause like we had a photo shoot right after the photo shoot yesterday. We had the show. Right after the show, we hopped in the car, drove here.
Wow.
And right after here, we got studio time. and then right after this we got another meeting, and then and so forth. So it's like you gotta, if this is something that you want to do, make sure that one, you have the time to do it, and two, make sure that you feel it's worth it, because you for me, I'm missing out on a lot. I'm missing out on my nieces and nephews growing up. You know, I'm missing out on sporting events for my younger brothers, and it's not because I want to.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, you got to sacrifice, things now for everybody to be good later.
And I'm happy that you're sacrificing for something smart, not stupid. Like you
Hard work,
you're really making a name for yourself and your family. You're missing out on your nieces and nephews, but they're gonna look up to Uncle one day and be like, "Yep, like he was working hard for that." You know what I mean? Like that's amazing.
You're just leading the way for them.
Yeah, man. And all this can attest to, like I said, like your crew. Go.
Very true.
Your family, like you got support here and there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so I think it's a lot easier for you. Not easier, but like you have it a little better emotionally and mentally, because you have that support that you can rely on. Accountability is huge. When I ask people like, "Oh, tell me about your team," like, man, we go hard. All right, cool, y'all go hard, but accountability, this is the brains on this guy. Accountability. Ooh.
It's a different mentality too.
Any words of wisdom? It doesn't happen necessarily for people that are going to hip hop, but any words of wisdom about life to those out there that might be going through some shit, trying and not making it. You got any words for them?
Keep trying. Shit, I can't
I can put the mic up.
I can't stress how many times I done wrote songs and hated them, or how many times I wrote some verses and wasn't able to finish them, and so I was like, man, you gonna keep falling down. That's life. You gonna keep falling down, but if you fall down 9 times, you get up 10. And make sure, because and I attest to this personally. Make sure that your support system, the people that you surround yourself with, care about you and your well-being just as much as you care about theirs.
Yes, sir.
Because if you have that, then you're never alone. You never feel alone. You never feel like you never feel like you're doing it just to do it. Because then you have the passion for it. Yeah. And if you start to lose that passion, just you looking at other people who have the passion for it will ignite that again. And so that's why the glory of my team, I will always put the team above myself, because without them going as hard as we've been going, without them coming to the studio every day, without them going to the shows, and we're not even at that point where we're getting paid buku money for this,
Not yet.
But with that being said, they all know that. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they say, I'm gonna be here. I'm here. You give me the call, I'm there. And they show up every time. They show out every time. And so whenever I feel discouraged as a man or as an artist, I'm like, damn, what if this don't work out? And then I look at the rest of my team. I see Jay grinding. I see Ty grinding. I see everybody else grinding. And I'm like, man, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this slump. Everybody else getting it. I'd be a damn fool if I didn't get it.
Damn. You heard it.
Big facts.
Man. You heard
Rest in peace, Net.
Yeah, rest in peace. One last thing, and I think it's a big thing. In your world, there's a lot of snakes.
Yes.
In your world, there's a lot of people that can do you wrong. What is your forgiveness policy? How do you forgive? Do you give chances? What do you do? Because hip hop ain't an easy world. This isn't like work where you can just like walk away from somebody and not ignore this person. No, it's difficult. And it's different. So how do you handle seeing bad apples? And what's your forgiveness policy? How do you do that?
Damn, I would say just for me, because I'm always just cool. I would say just you gotta cover your ass beforehand, because it's not because people won't understand it. If you're doing a show, make sure you get a contract. Make sure they sign the dotted line, so that way everybody knows that what they're getting, how much they're getting, and what they're doing.
Make it legitimate.
Yeah, so that way you're able
Cover
to. Everybody's covered, And once people realize that, especially as polys, because we're new to this new industry,
and we're very giving too. Like
right.
we'll do it for you. We'll do it for you.
Like we'll do things for the free. Like polys are the type to take you in off the streets just because you know one of them. Because you know one of them. And so, like, I would just say, learn the business side. If you're a young artist, the business side is, if not more important, is equally important as the music. Because that's where you'll find that this is how much money I can make. This is who I shouldn't work with. This is how I should go about this. So that way, you're not putting yourself in these positions to get ganked. Because my uncle, Eddie Lavatati, was a member of the Jets.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Those on the Jets?
Yeah, that's my grandma's brother.
Eddie. Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, and so it's like, man, just watching that personally, just hearing of those stories personally, because I wasn't born yet, but just hearing those, it's like, damn, I got to prick his brain about this.
Yeah.
Me and him talk about it. He says, make sure that you cover yourself.
Yeah.
If there's anything I wish I did at your age, is that I wish I would have taken the time to read things. Because when you get money like that at such a young age, the last thing you're thinking about is like you want to go buy your mama a house. You want to go take the family out to Chuckarama or motherfucking Bethos or something,
Yeah,
so it's like, man, he would just tell me all the time, it's like, make sure you're covered. Always take care of yourself, take care of those around you, but at the same time, make sure you guys are covered. Always learn the business side, because it's more important, and that's the way that you're gonna eat.
Yeah, like, with your managers, make sure y'all straight. Make sure, like, everything's on the same level.
Yes, sir.
It's good you got people, man. I love the support that you have around you.
Yeah, it's in my blood, man. I had to.
I love that.
It's like more like Ice Cube, back when he was in like MWA and shit. Like,
Right.
Once he found out like the business side,
Yeah,
it
changed
was a
up.
wrap.
Yeah.
Right, and now he runs a fucking basketball league.
Exactly, man.
You feel me?
Learn the business side, like it gets you like doing bigger moves.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because it's bigger than music, especially for artists. Because a lot of artists will go broke.
Yeah.
And a lot of NBA players and NFL players will go broke as soon as they're out the league. So it's like, man, once you learn that business side, it'll open up so many doors for business ventures.
Yeah.
And just for you, so many more revenue streams for you to just eat.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
sir.
You feel me? So it's like,
man.
50, 50s with vitamin water and stuff.
Yeah. 50 got the hottest show.
That's all I was saying.
Like,
This guy.
if you listen to Get Rich or Die Trying and you heard fucking Many Men and you were like, and if I came and told you from the future, that nigga right there is about to have the hottest show on Stars.
Right?
Real.
What would you think then?
That. I wouldn't believe it at all.
Like, it's
50
like,
that. 50 wouldn't do that.
So it's crazy. So, it's like, man, once people get down that business side, and that's something I'm trying to implement, not even just for polys, just for people in general, because this is a shady ass business.
It is, yeah.
It's a shady business, and people will do you wrong for nothing. So it's like, man, if these young kids learn that, they're straight.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you're saying. I appreciate your presence here, man.
Thank you all.
Like I said, you're gonna go somewhere, and I'm so happy. I'm so honored that you're even here right now, yo. I'm not even trying to hype you up. I don't even have to. All you gotta do is check out 95 Baby on YouTube, man. But I was wondering if you would like to bless the studio with some bars,
Yes, sir.
if possible.
Can I do a little acapella for you?
Oh, please, by all means, man. We'll keep quiet. Let's do. I can hold on. This gotta go on, yo. All right, brother. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. Yo, let's get right to it with music. I been that nigga, bruh. OG see me around and tell me keep it up. When we was down, ain't none of y'all wanna bleed with us. Now they on my line trying to link with us, trying to make a plate to come and eat with us. I see your intentions with me, but you ain't suffer consequences with me. When I confront you, you get defensive with me. Only time I seen you round is when the lens is pretty. But she ain't never have to sit up on them fences thinking, fuck chasing the music, nigga, the money slow. But niggas' loyalty get tested when the money low. Them picky hoes used to leave me on scene. Now they see me on their screen and shoot they shot. Pick and roll. Ooh. You get the picture? Good, nigga. It's like the change up real. They must be good pictures. The hood told me you got the hood scriptures. But 12 gonna use it for priors. I'm just the hood riches.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby B. Mack, Rose Park, Utah. Go hard. Is it go hard?
Go hard and stay trapped.
Go hard, stay trapped. Ladies and gentlemen, It's my boy Bobby B. Mack. Again, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing. Keep pushing. Keep doing it for the culture. Do it for our people. You're making us all proud. Do it for the culture of hip hop. I'm like I said, I've had goosebumps ever since you've been here. I just know you're gonna make it. I already know it. You know, and we're like I said, we're gonna do everything in our power to push you out there. But I feel like you don't even have to because you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. 95 baby on YouTube. Go check it out. It's SoundCloud. Bobby B. Mack. Listen to this guy.
Can't wait to see you at the top.
Always. Likewise.
It's gonna be great. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby B. Mack. Peace, love, and blessings. Spread love, not hate. Gee!
Yeah.